Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the information seminar, From Interest to Profession, Becoming a Nutritionist and a Dietitian. I'm Gigi So, a nutritionist and also one of the program leaders in the Food, Nutrition, and Healthcare subject group in Hong Kong U SPACE. Thank you very much for your time joining the seminar today. Today, together with me, I also have other program leaders in my team. That is Dr. Wendy Ma, a dietitian.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome.
And Ms. Lilian Yeung, a nutritionist.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Ms. Cammy Yeung, a dietitian.
Good afternoon to you all.
So thank you very much again for joining us today. In the seminar today, we are going to share with you the difference between nutritionist and a dietitian, and the career options available for these two professions. And finally, we will also share the study path in Hong Kong U SPACE that enabled you to becoming a nutritionist and a dietitian. After the sharing in the information seminar, we will open the floor for a Q&A section. So if you have any questions regarding the pathway to becoming a nutritionist and a dietitian, feel free to raise your questions during the Q&A section. And for participants online in YouTube, please type your questions in the chat box if you have any. So I will now pass the time to Lilian to kick off the sharing today.
Thank you, Gigi. So I believe most of you who joined the seminar today are interested in studying food and nutrition. Food and nutrition is a science, and there are many daily applications. And I'm sure that you also believe that food and nutrition is relevant to all of us. There is a saying, you are what you eat. What you eat will affect how our body works and also affect how I feel physically and emotionally. And studying nutrition not only can help you to make a healthier choice in your daily life to improve your health, but it also will give you a wide range of career options. For example, like food science related one, nutrition related one. So later on, I'm going to introduce the food science related career option to all of you, and I will pass later on to Cammy to introduce the nutrition related career options. So this slide is about the career in food industry. You can see the first one, research and development. Research and development department is very important to a company. Nowadays, people are more health conscious, and therefore, the demand for healthy and delicious food is increasing. And you can see on the market, there are a wide range of healthy snacks, for example, like low calorie snack. You can also find some beer with 0% alcohol, and more plant-based meat products you can find in the market. So therefore, the food industry requires more people with food basic knowledge to work there. And you can see the second one, like quality assurance, quality control, and testing skill are also very important to our food industry, because the knowledge can help the company to make the food more safe and maintain as a high quality for people to enjoy. Food poisoning outbreak actually will be a serious disaster to a company, not only affect the health of the individual, but also wound the company image. A good company image actually is the assets of the company. Therefore, qualified food and nutrition professional the demand of this professional are very important in the food industry. So let me pass the time to Cammy to give you more information about the nutrition-related jobs.
Becoming a nutritionist can be a rewarding career for those who are interested in helping others to lead a healthier life. They can play an important role in public health nutrition and also health promotion. For public health nutrition, they can be involved in policy making, for example, how to improve the food labeling system in Hong Kong so that the public will be better informed which are the healthier choices. And also, on the other hand, another example is that they can be assisting to assess and evaluate if there is any need to fortify any nutrients like iodine in the food. For health promotion, you can see the picture. They will have the supermarket tour so that they will teach the community how to read the food labels in the food products. And also, they will deliver talks so to reinforce the nutritional knowledge in the public, and also aiming to improve their overall nutrition and overall health of individuals and populations. Some of the nutritionists also work in the food industry. They may assist in menu planning. They may plan the menu, so because being practical is very important. And menu planning is our step forward to help the food companies to make a healthier choices. As we can see now, there are more and more healthier choice in the food market. And also, the research field is very important as well, because we always set evidence-based practice so as to give the recommendations. We all based on up-to-date research. So research is another important field that nutritionists work in. So, how to become a nutritionist? Typically, a degree in food and nutrition is required to become a nutritionist. And we, Hong Kong U SPACE, offers a top-up program to bachelor degree in food and nutrition, which is run in collaboration with Alton University in UK. So what are the progression pathway to get to this bachelor degree?
So this slide shows you the progression path. It's a bit complicated, but let me introduce you step by step. So you can see this progression path is for different people with different backgrounds. So you can see different routes to match the minimum requirement for the bachelor degree in food and nutrition extension program. So you can see the first box, high diploma holders in food and nutritional science. That means if you are the holder of high diploma in food and nutritional science, you will meet the requirement of the BSc in food and nutrition extension program. Then the second one, this is a degree holder in biological related science. Then we can, a program team will look at the transcript and then can advise what are the bridging courses that you need to study in order to enter the bachelor of science degree. And if you are degree holders in other discipline, for example, like business, like hotel management, that are not biological related science, but you certainly would like to change your field, that you want to study food and nutrition, then you need to study for advanced certificates in order to match the minimum requirement, entry requirement. And the last one will be the, if you are the applicant who have HKCEE or DSE public examinations and have certain years of working experience, then you may need to study for 7 advanced certificates. So what are these 7 advanced certificates? Then we will give you more information about each of them now.
So the first course I would like to introduce to you is Advanced Certificate in Nutrition. So if you are interested in nutrition, but you don't know where to start, this is a good entry course for you. It will teach the basic principle of nutrition. So for example, what are the nutritions, like what are carbohydrates, what are fats, and we can apply this knowledge into our daily life. And in this course, we have a workshop, which is in a computer room, that the students can be able to put the nutritional analysis for their own diet. So you will know if your diet is really healthy or not, and what other improvements can be made there. And if, on the other hand, if you are interested in child and adolescent nutrition, because at this stage, it is a growing stage that we see there are many special needs. For example, how to manage a fussy eaters. Like it's very common in children, and this course, if you are interested, you can study this course. And after you study, if you study advanced certificate in nutrition and also child and adolescent nutrition, graduates will be awarded advanced diploma in child and adolescent nutrition. But if you are interested in clinical nutrition, so for example, disease management, like how to manage diabetes, how to manage hypertension, these kind of diseases, and also interested in health promotion, like to prevent diseases. So you can also consider to study advanced certificate in clinical nutrition and health promotion. And after studying both nutrition and clinical nutrition and health promotion, these 2 advanced certificates, graduates will be awarded with advanced diploma in nutrition. And next, the advanced certificate is sport and exercise nutrition. If you love sports and interested in sport, or if your family or friends are interested in sports, these programs are designed for this for you or your family or friends. Because when we talk about sports, there are many to think about, and especially at this moment, sport is a hot topic since we have medal gold medalist in Olympics. So when we talk about sports, something we can think of like how to eat before training or after training so that our body can recover well. And also how to eat for the competition, for example. So this course will equip you with the basic, also advanced certificate in sport and exercise nutrition, the understanding in this field. And this is also a CEF course, which means that this course will be eligible to be reimbursed by government education fund. So I will let Lillian to talk about the other advanced certificates.
So I'm going to introduce 2 advanced certificates in this slide. One is quality control and food safety management, and the other one is food service management. These 2 certificates are designed to train and prepare students who are working or plan to work in the food industry. We will equip them with knowledge so that they can more prepare themselves to take the supervision role. And for quality control and food safety management certificates, we will introduce food safety knowledge. We will also give you the environmental health and food hygiene management information. At the last, we will give you information about quality assurance. Most importantly, this certificate is recognized by the FEHD, that means the Food and Environmental Hygiene Department, as a hygiene manager training course. That means if you would like to become a hygiene manager, this certificate is suitable for you. And if you would like to start up your own cafe, start up your own restaurant, or some catering business, then the advanced certificate in food service management is suitable for you. Because in the course, we will give you more information about food and nutrition, and then most importantly, we will introduce the food service system management, and also give you some basic management skill, like human resources, as well as how to communicate with the employee better in these certificates. And these 2 certificates also in the CEF scheme. And the students, after graduating from these 2 certificates, they will be awarded with advanced diploma in food business management. And this slide gives some pictures that for students who study advanced diploma in food business management, not only they will attend the lectures, but they will also have the opportunity to visit the catering service so that they can visualize or they can experience how a real setting works. Then, the next certificate in advanced certificate in food science. Some of you may think that I want to be a nutritionist and also I want to become a dietitian. Then, why I need to study food science? But food science is closely linked with nutrition, because how food affects our health, before that, we need to know the science behind the food first. And in this certificates, we got 4 modules. The first one will be food microbiology and food safety. Some of you may notice that food microbiology, this topic, has been appear in the advanced certificate in nutrition already. But this certificate will be a bit different because we will give you more advanced knowledge as well as more applications in the food industry. And also, for example, like the microorganism, we got beneficial one so that we can utilize them to undergo fermentation to give you some fermented product. So therefore, in this course, we also will equip you with this kind of knowledge. And second one will be the food chemistry and analysis. We will try to give students some information how to test protein in the food, and also like starch content, how can we check them. So therefore, try to make it like, because in the food label, you can see different starch content, carbohydrate content. You can also see the protein content. How can test it? Through this course, we will give you the answer. And the third one, food processing and preservation. So normally, in simple words, is how a food is being made. So you will know the whole process. For example, like milk, if you drink milk, you may think this is the whole fat one. How the company or the industry can ensure similar, different batch have similar fat content. Actually, they got some step in it. So we will also cover this kind of process in this module. And most importantly, for this certificate, we also include 1 practical modules so that students will go to the lab and do the practical sections on their own. That means they will have some hand-on practice in it. And the next one is a very important certificate, this advanced certificate in human biochemistry and physiology. Why I would say this is very important? Because it actually gives students the concept of biochemistry and physiology that are very important for them to pursue a degree in nutritional science. if they work as a nutritionist and dietitian, they must know how the food is being digested, absorbed, and metabolized. So therefore, human physiology topics are very important. And at the same time, you also need to know how the diet will affect the metabolism. For example, like some fatty acid oxidation, as well as some blood glucose regulation. So human biochemistry is also important as well. In this certificate, also the same, we got laboratory practical section. So students also has hand-on practice, for example, like DNA analysis, as well as protein analysis. So let's come back to this progression path. So we give you a lot of information about the advanced certificate. Then I will going to introduce the information about the bachelor degree. Bachelor Science in Food and Nutritional Extension Program is we can say is equivalent to the final year's studies of the bachelor degree. So some of you may think that, oh, there are a lot of advanced certificates that I may need to study, but actually it's equivalent to the year 1 and year 2 of the bachelor degree already. So therefore, that's why some of the students with different background may need to study a bit more advanced certificate. So now I will give you information about the Bachelor of Science degree. This degree offered at HKU SPACE is collaborate with Ulster University. Then why we need to collaborate with Ulster University? So before that, maybe I give you some information background about Ulster University. Ulster University is located in Northern Ireland, and we have partnered with Ulster University to offer nutrition and dietetic program since 1996, which is more than 25 years. Why we have this collaboration? Because Ulster University is an academic excellence. The program, the nutrition program and dietetic program, they offer at high standard. So you can see from the slide, Ulster University ranked top 10 in UK for bioscience, and also ranked top 10 for food science. And in nutrition field, it ranked top 5. So this figure can show you the nutrition and dietetic program that they offer at really high standard. And at HKU SPACE, the Bachelor of Science Food and Nutrition program offer you two study mode. One is part-time mode, and the other one is full-time mode. They share the same curriculum and include 3 teaching block in it. The major difference will be the duration. Part-time will be 24 months, full-time will be 18 months. So if you are working groups, but you would like to have you want to study a bachelor degree at night time, then part-time degree will be suitable for you. But if you would like to study and complete the bachelor degree faster, then you can consider full-time mode. So therefore, we offer 2 mode, give flexibility to different group of people. And this slide gives you basic some brief information about the modules in different teaching block. And the teaching block 1 will give you some basic information, and teaching block 2 will be more applied one. But most importantly, you can look at the title of the modules. For example, like food safety management. Actually, they will equip you the knowledge. If you still remember, Kemi just introduced some nutrition-related career option to all of you, then you can see the food safety management knowledge actually can equip you to work in food industry. And in teaching block 2, we got health promotion and nutrition education. Then this also, the information that you learn from this module also can enhance you to work in a health promotion field. And in teaching block 3, very important one, our students have to conduct a research project. And some students will find that they are interested in doing research, and they can choose research as their career options in the future. So these are some information about bachelor degree. So after you study a bachelor degree, then you will become a nutritionist. Then if you would like to study further, then what will be the option offered at HKU SPACE?
So after obtaining the bachelor degree, HKU SPACE offers several postgraduate degrees. The first one is postgraduate certificate in community nutrition. No matter if you are a bachelor degree in food and nutrition or you already are a dietitian, this program is suitable for you. Because we understand that there are many bachelor degrees don't have enough practical training, and also some dietitians may come back from other countries back to Hong Kong and would like to have more experience in the community in Hong Kong. That's why we designed this program to have our graduates to have more practical training in NGOs and also private clinics, and to build upon their confidence to work in the field. And this is a CEF course. So another master degree that we offer is Master of Science in Sport and Exercise Nutrition. If you have a bachelor degree in biological science or sport-related subjects or food and nutrition, you would like to learn more about this sport and exercise nutrition in this particular area, we offer this master degree. This master degree is run in collaboration with Ulster University, and it is a 2-year part-time program with flexible blended learning mode, which means that we offer online learning materials provided by Ulster University, and also we add some face-to-face tutorials and activities in it. And it provides appropriate academic training in sport and exercise nutrition to allow graduates and following further mentor work experience in the field to pursue registration as a sports and exercise nutritionist in the UK. So, how to become a dietitian in Hong Kong?
Okay, thank you, Cami. So you've heard awful lot about all the different programs that we've offer here at Hong Kong U SPACE, from anything from certificate level, all the way to degree level, all the way to postgraduate level, where you can specialize after you've got a degree in nutrition. So people are thinking, okay, I've got a degree in nutrition, I've got my specialty, I want to move on. And so what was the next way to move on is to actually become a dietitian. And actually, we offer the only training course for dietitians in Hong Kong at the moment. And dietitians, because we do that, we are quite well known, or quite famous if you like, for offering this program. So I think the first thing I want to talk to you about is what's the difference between a nutritionist and a dietitian first? Because a lot of people get confused, and in Chinese the name's not very clear. So, I'm sorry. Okay, so if you think about it, an entry into the dietetics program requires everybody to have a degree in food and nutrition. If you think about it, if you've already got a degree in food and nutrition, you are already a nutritionist. Is that right? Yep. So therefore, nutritionists and dietitians can do the same thing. Dietitians can do everything nutritionists can do. However, people will go on to do further study. And going on to do further study enables them to qualify as a dietitian. So the further study enables them to be able to carry out what we call medical nutrition therapy. So basically, what does that mean? Other than doing health talks, supermarket tours, health promotion, we will do individualized dietary advice to the people that we see. So that will start off by doing nutrition assessment. And what does that involve? That involves actually taking an individual's personal information. So nutritionists take nutrition assessment as well. So they take body weight, they take body fat, and they give some advice. But we not only take what we call anthropometry, weight, height, percentage body fat, we also take into consideration person's clinical condition. Do they have any medical situations that we need to consider? We also take into consideration, do they have any particular lab values? So what we do is we look at what their lab tests, and try and interpret that in terms of what their nutritional needs would be. We look at what medication they're taking, because medication will have certain different dietary requirements. And we put all that information together. And then we actually make a diagnosis and design a specific intervention for individuals. So we take it at the individual level. And obviously, as with all healthcare workers, we have to monitor, evaluate, and go through the cycle again until that person is healthy again. Okay. So what's the study route then? As I said, we are the only institute that offers dietetic training in Hong Kong at the moment. And the way you can progress into that is we actually offer, if you like, a group of programs. So you will see on our advertising material, it says MSc stroke PGD in human nutrition and dietetics. Sounds like a lot of things that you have to study. But actually, this is only one program with 4 different exit routes. So if you have a degree in food and nutrition already, then you can actually enter the first level of this group of programs. So the first level of this group of programs is, sorry, I forgot the slide. So if you've already got a degree in food and nutrition, then you can enter into what we call the first level, or what we call year 1. And that's called the postgraduate diploma in human nutrition. These programs actually we offer with Ulster University, and which Lillian's already shared with you about, and we've been partnering with them for a long time to do that. So students will enter and apply to get into the PGD in human nutrition first. This requires people to study 7 modules. Some students may choose to leave at that stage. So they study the 7 modules and then they decide, that's all I want to do, don't want to study anymore, and you can exit with what we call a postgraduate diploma in human nutrition. For some students, they do the postgraduate diploma in human nutrition and think, no, I want to take that a bit further. So they may choose to do an MSc project and exit with what we call an MSc in human nutrition. But however, a large number of our students or applicants would like to go on and do dietetics. Because if you have a PGD or an MSc in human nutrition, it doesn't qualify you to be a dietitian yet. You need to go on and do what we call the PGD in dietetics, which is sort of, if you like, year 2. And that involves a module, but also involves clinical placement in hospitals full-time for 28 weeks. So if you do these modules, then you can graduate with a PGD in dietetics. Or similar for the MSc, for the human nutrition, you can go on and do a project and then end up with an MSc in dietetics. So you can see from these 2 orange squares here, the PGD in dietetics and the MSc in dietetics, these qualify you to work as a dietitian in Hong Kong. So our graduates are also able to apply for HCP registration. So in other words, registration as a dietitian in the UK as well. Okay, this is the route. What I do need to highlight though is all students enter in human nutrition first, but it's not an automatic progression into dietetics. So we do have selection, and I do have to state this particular program is highly competitive. And so there are interviews, and we look for people who have got strong academic backgrounds. Okay, so just to give you sort of a recap on all the different advanced certificate programs and advanced diploma and so on, just to give you an idea what's coming up next. Okay, so we actually have 4 programs that are starting in July. So I wanted to highlight those at this moment because the deadline for application is very soon. And if you're interested in applying into, say, the Advanced Certificate in Clinical Nutrition and Health Promotion, the Advanced Certificate in Sport and Exercise Nutrition, the Advanced Certificate in Nutrition, and the Advanced Certificate in Food Service Management, you will need to consider getting your applications in as soon as possible because they start next month and the deadlines are approaching. You're probably wondering why we highlighted the advanced certificate with a star. The reason why I highlight that is that for those of you who have not done any study with us yet, and you're not really sure what you want to do, where should I start? We would highly recommend that students start with the advanced certificate in nutrition, which Cami before has just introduced to you. It's our most basic course. And the advantage about starting with the advanced certificate in nutrition is the information that you gain is not only useful for you to progress later on, but even if you don't progress, the information you gain from that program, you can use it in your daily life. So if you look at it from that point of view, regardless, it's not wasted. So for some people who are not sure, if this, making a change or a career move is a big deal. Okay, so what you could do is start with the advanced certificate in nutrition. And then the other deadlines you can see are later on. So before we actually finish this information seminar, we just want to introduce a couple of new programs that we have. I don't know if there's any health professionals in the audience, but if you are, this may be of interest to you. We are now offering 3 continuing professional development programs if you're already a qualified health professional. 1 in leadership, 1 in the management of long-term conditions, and 1 looking after the frail elderly person. So we will be having an information seminar sharing details about this program later on. So if you're interested, please use the QR code to register for the information seminar for those particular programs. But do bear in mind that these 3 new programs are already for people who are already health professionals. Now I'm going to pass you back to Cami, who's going to introduce another new course.
Yes, our subject group developed another new course. Due to COVID, many of us may experience maybe low mood and also emotional problems like stress and mild mental issues like cannot think well, cannot focus well, cannot sleep well. If you have the above concerns and or if you have any families or friends have these concerns, this program is suitable for you. There are 11 lessons for this certificate, so you will learn more about this, how to manage or how to eat for brain and mental well-being, which is important now for nowadays. But if you we want to know more, and we will introduce more in this 1 p.m. talk as well, eating for healthy mind and body. We have invited a dietitian to talk for this, and it will be held on 23rd of June this month and at 1 p.m. on YouTube. So it's online. So if you are interested, you can register with this QR code. And it is a free talk. If you would like to learn more, because we always, we may have some new courses and also have some healthy eating tips, you may follow our Facebook or Instagram here as well. Thank you all for listening, and yeah, I will pass the time to you.
So thank you for sharing the different words to become a nutritionist and a dietitian. So I hope that through the above sharing, you have a clearer idea between the difference between nutritionist and dietitian, and also have a clearer mind of how to becoming a nutritionist and dietitian. I believe that some of you are now having some questions that would like to ask the program team. So we will now move into the Q&A section. So if you have any questions, please feel free to raise your hand, and we will accept questions in both either English or Chinese. And for YouTube audience, please type your questions in the chat box, so we will also address your questions in this Q&A section.
Perhaps why people are thinking about questions. I do want to highlight one thing. All the programs that we've discussed today are actually taught and examined in English, except for the last course that Tammy introduced, which is the...
Nutrition for brain and mental
Yes,
well-being.
that one is offered in Chinese, just for your information. Okay.
So we have a question online asking the duration for our advanced certificates programs. So for most of our advanced certificates programs, the duration would be 4 to 5 months. Most of the advanced certificates programs, the duration would be 4 to 5 months, except one of the advanced certificates, which is the Human Biochemistry and Physiology program. The duration for this particular program is a bit longer, which is 9 months. So you can have an estimation in mind that if you are required to complete 4 advanced certificate programs, then the duration would be around 2 years, which is also echo to what Lillian have just mentioned. The advanced certificate between course can be regarded as the year 1 and 2 of a final degree of the degree program. So 2 years to complete the part-time advanced certificate programs enabled you to get into the final year top-up degree program.
Anybody from the live audience have any questions? Otherwise, we'll move on to the next question from the YouTube. Yes. So there's a question asking about, is there any other requirements to go into dietetics other than doing all those courses? Which is a very common question. Lots of people want to become a dietitian. And so, as I said, that you need to have a degree in food and nutrition. We do offer the degree of food and nutrition in Hong Kong U SPACE, and obviously we set up to make it align with our program. However, we do accept applications for the PGD in human nutrition and dietetics from overseas. So quite a lot of our students have degrees in food and nutrition, say, for example, from the UK, from Australia, and they're also eligible to apply. Yeah, and going on, the next question is people ask us when are we having our next intake. We don't have an intake every year. We only offer this program every 2 to 3 years. So we will be probably looking at offering this program late next year, early 2024, early 25. Yeah, will be our next intake for the PGD in Human Nutrition. For all the other programs we have shared with you today, we offer them every year. So it's only the last one that we mentioned, the PGD one, is only offered every 2 and 3 years.
So another question online is there any difference between the part-time and full-time BSc degree program? So as mentioned before by Lillian, the biggest difference between the part-time and the full-time degree is the duration for completing the degree program. For the part-time mode, it will take you 24 months, and for the full-time mode, it will take you 18 months. So the duration to complete the program would be different. However, the content, the whole curriculum would be the same. No matter whether you enroll into the part-time or the full-time mode, you will be studying the same curriculum that we adopt from the Ulster University. So having said that, although the curriculum is from Ulster University, we actually have included a lot of local teachers so that you will have global content in terms of the curriculum, but you will also be taught by, the local contents, the local application of the knowledge in food and nutrition. So I hope I can address the question.
Okay, there's another question here regarding the PGD MSc Human Nutrition. So this is from Rico, and he was asking whether he graduated with an MSc in Human Nutrition in the UK, and he was wondering can he have direct entry to the dietetics component of the course. Unfortunately, Rico, we do not have any agreement with Ulster. So the award that you will get is Ulster University, and we don't have any exemption. So if you have studied dietetics elsewhere or even human nutrition elsewhere, unfortunately, you still need to start again at the human nutrition level. We can look at whether you can have some exemptions, for example, for attendance and things like that. But unfortunately, you will still need to stay the whole program again. We do have a lot of students who've come back from elsewhere. So, for example, for the dietetics, there's a lot of students who have done dietetics in Canada, unable to get the placement. They come back to Hong Kong, but unfortunately, we have no option. They need to do the whole course again, unfortunately.
So another question, if I'm a degree holder in biology, can I get into the BSc Food and Nutrition program directly? So as mentioned before, if you are a degree holder in biological science, then you can send your academic transcript to the program team, because even if you are a degree holder in biology, we will have to look at what subjects you have taken when you study your undergraduate degree. We have to see whether you have some nutrition background or some biochemistry background to see whether you fulfill the entry requirement. So if you are a degree holder in biology, please send your academic transcript to the program team, and we will give you personalized advice on on what teaching courses you may have to take before you fulfill the entry requirement to this degree program.
Okay, we have another online question. This person would like to know, they have a degree holder in accounting, and they would like to know, they're interested in doing the BSc, so they would like to know how long it would take to do all the bridging courses and graduate with the BSc. Perhaps you want to take that?
So if you are a degree holder in accounting, by just having this degree, normally you will have to take 4 different speaking courses. So that is the advanced certificates in nutrition, and then either the advanced certificates in child or clinical nutrition program, and also the advanced certificates in food science, and finally the advanced certificates in human biochemistry and physiology program. And if you haven't studied any of these Hong Kong U SPACE teaching courses before, and you would like to take a start from this July onward, then it will take around 2 years for you to complete all the advanced certificates programs, as I mentioned before, because all these teaching courses can be regarded as the year 1 and 2 of the degree study. And then by October 2025, you would be able to get into the final year of the degree in food and nutrition program. I think it makes sense to every one of us. So normally a degree, usually the duration is at least 3 years. So it takes you 3 years of part-time study to get into the degree.
Oh, another question is, how many nights a week do you have to study if you're doing the advanced certificate course? Okay, so that would vary according to which advanced certificate course you're doing. But generally speaking, for example, the advanced certificate in nutrition, child and adolescent nutrition, and clinical nutrition health promotion, they are two nights a week or 2 sessions a week. Some food science is two sessions a week usually, yeah. So you need to think about attending classes around twice a week.
因為而家讀緊，
聽到。
而家讀緊嗰個老人營養學，但係如果我又想 take 嗰個 course 嘅話，咁咪撞咯，係咪要等下一次？
你想 take 邊一個 course？
頭先星星嗰個啊嘛，咪 July。
Elderly 嗰個係咪星期三？
係星期三啊。
係 Advanced Certificate in Nutrition 應該係星期一同星期四，星期二同星期五嘅，所以就唔會同你嗰個 Foundation Certificate 長者嗰個重疊。
哦 ，OK OK。
我見頭先個 path 咧，7月到1月，跟住1月到4月咧，嗰度1月到4月得4個月，係咪第二嗰個 Sam 係讀得少啲㗎？
呢個應該係有少少 overlap 嘅，但係因為佢哋上堂嘅日子係應該係一個 program 係星期1、4，另一個 program 咧就星期2、5咁樣。
有機會一個禮拜翻
係啦，可能
4堂。
個最尾係啦，可能會喺考試嘅 period 咁有少少 overlap 咯。咁但係當然啦，如果同學係擔心自己唔能夠一個星期可能 commit 4個 evening 去上堂嘅話，我哋都會建議同學根據自己嘅時間表，咁就係唔好讀得咁緊密。係啦，咁就根據自己嘅時間咧，再睇下點樣報讀個課程咯。
其實可唔可以讀一科，跟住停一停再讀？
當然可以啦，每一個課程都係獨立報名嘅，所以你唔會話我讀咗 Advanced Certificate in Nutrition 之後，一定要繼續讀埋呢個 Advanced Certificate in Child 嘅，係唔需要嘅。每一個課程都係獨立嘅。
7月即係點講啊？7月到11月我先得閒嘅，咁可唔可以咁樣去完成晒㗎？淨係7月，即係淨係想7月到11月。
係冇問題嘅，但係就同學話佢淨係7月到11月係可以嚟上堂嘅。咁你7月到11月嘅時候咧，就可以讀呢個 Advanced Certificate in Nutrition 啦。然之後下一年嘅7月嘅時候咧，就可以讀呢個 Advanced Certificate in Clinical Nutrition 係啦。咁所以同學係
可以完成到嘅，咁多科
係可以完成到嘅，因為我哋冇話咧，你哋要幾耐之內完成晒所有 Bridging Courses 嘅。
OK， 唔該。
補充一句，頭先同學話咧7月到11月先至可以嚟上堂，但係咧Advanced Certificate in Nutrition 咧，佢應該考試咧就要係12月左右就會考試咁樣咯，12月頭考試咯。不過如果同學真係擔心自己咧唔能夠每一次都出席到課堂嘅話咧，其實我哋而家大部分嘅課程咧都會係 face to face 上堂啦，然之後咧就會有 Zoom recording 嘅。咁所以如果間唔時同學啊，可能我係 part time 讀書，咁夜晚可能成日都要 OT 啊，咁就可能未必嚟到 face to face 堂嘅話咧，咁其實都可以上網睇翻我哋嘅 Zoom recording 嘅。考試咧就當然係一定要親身嚟考試嘅。
一定冇寫。
唔好意思，因為我12月係真係比較忙嘅，12月、1月，咁所以我想知12月同1月係咪即係啲考試係咪全部都一定係12月、1月㗎？
如果大部分7月開班嘅 course 咧，咁因為係4個月左右嘅上課時間啦，咁可能個 assessment 咧通常就會係12月頭咯。OK，唔該。係有 combination 嘅，咁在場嘅同學咧就問我哋 Advanced Certificates 嘅 programs 即係考試嘅模式。咁唔同嘅 program 咧，我哋有唔同嘅考試模式啦。可能有啲考試咧就會有 MC 題目啦，有啲會有短答題，有啲亦都會有長答題嘅。咁就根據翻唔同嘅科目嘅要求咧，咁就會有唔同嘅。咁但係咧都唔需要擔心嘅，因為喺每一個課程開始嘅時候咧，我哋都會係一早就會話咗俾同學知，咁等同學咧可以做足準備嘅。Very high 。即
係係咪會係一班可能8成或者9成？我哋冇每一個我哋
係啊，因為呢個問題咧就係有啲難答嘅，因為每一班同學咧都會有唔同嘅表現㗎嘛。咁但係大部分嚟講咧，同學都係如果都係有翻嚟上堂啊，有認真讀書咧，其實都係唔難嘅，攞到合格，攞到呢一張 certificate。不過你要係啦，不過你就要用心讀書咁樣咯。頭先講過咧，有上堂聽書啊，有恰當嘅溫書啊，做好自己本分嘅。係咁在場嘅同學咧因為我驚 online 嘅同學聽唔到啦。咁在場嘅同學咧就問咧，會唔會唔同嘅 program 就有唔同嘅深奧程度？係啦，咁咧其實我哋 Advanced Certificate 咧頭先講過啦，總共有7個嘅。咁其實咧佢哋都係喺唔同嘅資歷水平啦。咁有啲課程咧，我哋譬如頭先我哋打咗星星嘅 Advanced Certificate in Nutrition 咧，都係一個比較入門嘅課程啦。尤其適合嗰啲咧可能一直都返緊工，好耐都冇讀過書啦，想重拾呢個讀書嘅樂趣咧，咁我哋就會建議同學由嗰度開始啦。咁嗰個課程咧，亦都係相對會簡單啲嘅。咁另外咧，頭先話 pathway 咧去到譬如最後呢一個啦 ，Human Biochemistry and Physiology 咧，咁一般嚟講咧，我哋嘅同學咧都會覺得呢個課程咧係喺咁多個 Bridging Courses 裏邊咧係最深奧嘅，因為咧係喺個課程內容嗰度咧，我哋會涵蓋到一啲可能係body systems 啊，亦都會有一啲唔同嘅代謝作用嘅 pathway 啊。咁喺對於一啲好耐都冇讀書嘅同學嚟講咧，可能要記太多嘢咧，佢哋就會覺得比較艱難咁樣咯。係啦，咁所以咧唔同嘅課程都會有唔同嘅難度嘅。不過但係都係一般嚟講啦，如果同學都係用心讀書嘅話咧，咁其實都係要取得合格咧，都唔係咁困難嘅。
我想問下for Lady Bridging courses, do you recommend we need to take it in order or we can pick up whatever we want?
Okay, we recommend that you take Advanced Certificate in Nutrition first, because firstly that will assess getting you used to, if you haven't done study for a long time, it's the most basic and it's the easiest level. So it's better to start easier before you go up. But there's no absolute criteria. So if you say, I really love sport, you can start with sport first, it's fine, okay? Or if you really think I have an interest in child, then that's fine as well. But actually in terms of the progression we suggest is just to make it easier for you. And also, if you look in the materials, we actually have some exemptions for some courses. So, for example, if you're not a biological science, if you're the non-degree holder, for example, non-degree holders have to do quality control and food safety management programs. And if you've done, for example, the Advanced Certificate in Nutrition, there are some exemptions for some of the modules for the later courses. So there's 2 reasons why we recommend it. But as I said, it's not absolute. So if you meet the entry requirement for that program, yes, you can. If you're really keen on doing biochemistry, you meet the entry requirement, we will allow you. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
We just have one
We
more
have
question.
one, yeah.
Yeah.
So an online question asks whether students need to attend lab class each Saturday per week for advanced physiology and biochemistry course. So for this physiology and biochemistry course, we also have a module in laboratory practical. And in total, for the whole program, we would have around 6 practical sections in the whole program. So you don't have to attend lab class every Saturday for this program. So in total, you will have to spend 6 Saturdays with us for the practical class. And then another follow-up question on this physiology and biochemistry course is whether Zoom is allowed for this program because I need to OT sometimes. Yes, as mentioned before, most of our advanced certificate programs, in addition to having the face-to-face teaching, we also provide Zoom recording for students.
For most.
Yeah, for most of the advanced certificate programs. Because But please be reminded that this Zoom recording is for lectures, for most of the lectures only. For practical classes, we cannot provide any Zoom recording. So you will have to attend the workshop and practical classes in person. So I think it also makes sense to you.
I 我想問一問嗰個 Bachelor of Food and Nutrition，咁其實佢有冇 attendance requirement？即係可能因為可能工作需要啦，一年可能會 miss 1至2個星期嘅堂咁樣，會唔會都可以上即係睇翻 Zoom recording 咁樣？
係咁之前講過啦，sorry 啊，都係 for online audience，咁我就重複一次同學嘅問題啦。咁同學就問咧，頭先講過嘅 degree in food and nutrition 有冇 attendance requirement？咁之前都講過啦，呢個 degree food and nutrition program 咧，我哋係同 Ulster University 合作嘅。咁根據 Ulster 嘅 regulation 咧，佢哋就唔會有一個 compulsory 嘅 attendance requirement，但係我哋都建議同學咧，如果佢要連續幾個 lectures 都出席唔到嘅話咧，都預先通知 program team， 因為 program team 會擔心同學係咪可能 miss 咗個 timetable 啊，定係有啲咩特殊情況。咁所以如果同學知道自己不能夠 attend 嗰個 lectures 嘅話咧，都會建議同學提早同 program team 講聲先咯。係啦，不過 for lab sessions 咧都係正如頭先所講啦，我哋都係強烈建議同學要係 in person 咁樣出席嘅。另一個問題啱啱收到嘅咧，就係話關於嗰個考試時間。咁我哋 Advanced Certificate 嘅 programs 咧，唔同嘅 program 亦都會有唔同嘅考試時間。有啲就可能係2個鐘頭，有啲就可能係3個鐘頭。咁都係根據翻課程嘅唔同嘅 regulation 而定嘅。咁但係都係唔使擔心，因為喺課程一開始嘅時候，喺 orientation 嗰一堂咧，同學咧就會係好清楚知道成個 program 嘅 assessment 嘅 arrangement 嘅啦。So here we have another online question asking whether Zoom lesson counts as attendance. So I have to clarify that we only provide Zoom recording to students, but we don't have any Zoom live lectures for students to attend. So only Zoom recording. So if we have to take attendance, you will have to come in person to the classroom to attend the lectures. So we have a question asking, if I hold a bachelor degree of science in culinary art management, how long will it take to, I think, entry to master degree of the program? So by just saying that you have a BSc in culinary art management, we cannot give you any very personalized advice. So as mentioned before, if you wish to know what teaching courses are required for you to get into the BSc degree program, please send your academic transcript to the program team so that we can give you advice. By just knowing that you have a degree in culinary art management, I would say you probably need 4 teaching courses. But for the best advice, please send your academic transcript to us. And since you haven't specified what master degree program you're referring to, so maybe you can also send your questions to program team so that we can have a clearer idea and give you the best advice. So another online question asking if I wanna focusing on animal nutrition in the coming future, I have to start by completion of 4 teaching courses. So for our advanced certificate programs, we mainly focus on the nutrition for human. So if you are interested to study further in animal nutrition, you may have to see if any other institutions have the right program for you. Any more questions from the audience in the classroom? And if you need more time to think and see any problems you have, feel free to send an email to the program team after the information seminar today. So thank you very much for coming to the seminar, and we hope to see you in our classes in the future. Thank you.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you.